All right, I got my portfolio pulled up right here. Gotta refresh it real quick for you guys. And here's some of my positions. As you can see, pretty well-known stocks. My biggest gainer is Nvidia. Now, the only reason I'm showing you guys this is just to show you guys that investing in stocks really is worth it. You know what I mean? It's the best form of investing, in my opinion. All right, so let's get into it. So why should you invest, right? Well, investing is how you make your money work for you, right? Instead of just having it sitting in a bank account in a savings, like how some parents will teach their kids, oh, just save up money, put it in a savings. You're not gaining shit, right? In fact, you're losing money because of inflation, right? You are literally losing money. I seen my dad do it growing up. He would just stack cash in, a safe or a suitcase. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is not a good way to manage your money, right? It's losing value every single day, right? And that takes us to our next point, right? It's what the rich do, right? You want to be rich, copy what the rich are doing, right? It's not rocket science. If the rich people are investing their money, why aren't you? There's a lot of things to invest in. Why should you invest in stocks? Well, you can see the stock market has returned around 9% a year, right? This chart right here shows the S&P 500 chart since 1960. Now, the S&P 500 is basically a basket of the top 500 US stocks in America, right? So it's all in one. And if you buy into it, you're getting a piece of every stock. And you can see it's been consistently going up, average 9% a year, which is beautiful. Now, to make things even better, some companies will literally pay you for owning their stock, as in literally pay you cash. And I'm going to show you guys an example right now. And here's a good example. We're going to go for Best Buy. Now, you can see Best Buy pays $3.80 for every share that you own, right? Current price, $74.89. So now let's imagine you decided to buy $10,000 worth of it, right? So 10,000 divided by 74.89, you would get 133.5 shares, right? So now all we have to do is multiply this number by the 3.8, and that would give us $507 annually in dividends. Now, this is just for owning the stock. This doesn't include if the stock price goes up by 20%, 10%, or even if it goes down 5%, you're locked in at this number. Now, with that being said, investing in stocks truly is passive income. You just invest and let it do its thing. All right, so now let's get into how do you actually buy stocks. Now, you're going to need a brokerage account. Now, a brokerage, just think of it like an online store where you buy stocks. Now, there's many different brokerages. I use Fidelity. There's some other ones right here. You're welcome to do your own research. Robinhood is really good for beginners, but I use Fidelity. This is the screenshot you see right here. That's on Fidelity. Now, the best thing about this is it's completely free to open an account, right? There's no fees, no annual fees, no nothing. And I'm actually go through it right now. All right, I'm on Google. I'm just going to look up fidelity.com. As you can see, this page just popped up. I'm going to click right there, open an account. You're going to get over here. Now you're going to scroll down. You're just opening up a regular brokerage account, right? Open an account. And it's pretty self-explanatory from here. You're just going to answer the questions, go forward, open the account. You're probably going to have to link a bank account. And once you do that, you'll just add money into the brokerage account. All right, so now you set up your account. You added money in there. What's next? All right, let's get into it. So now I'm going to be going through my long-term strategy. It's best for people that just want to buy and just forget about it. Just let it do its thing. Now, when it comes to investing, it's best to do it in increments, right? Weekly, monthly. You could even do daily, but I'll recommend just doing weekly or monthly if you're just starting out. Now, let's just start with a simple number. Let's say 100 a month, right? If I was investing 100 a month, this is how I would split it up, right? 45 bucks into VTI, 30 QQQ, and so forth, right? Now, every single one of these tickers you see right here actually contains a basket of stocks. VTI is basically the entire United States stock market. It contains a piece of every company. When it comes to investing, diversification is very important. If you look at SCHD, it's an interesting basket of stocks. It only contains stocks that pay a dividend. So going back to what I said earlier, some companies pay a dividend. Well, if you love dividends, SCHD, it contains stocks that only pay dividends. Now that I've showed you guys my long-term portfolio, we're going to see how it's performed in the last 5 years. If you put 100K 5 years ago, you'd be sitting on 187K. That's almost double your money in 5 years. And the best part about this is you could automate everything, right? You could actually have this completely automated to where you don't have to keep going in and buying these stocks every week or every month. And I'm going to show you guys that I actually use this. All right, you guys can see I have this completely automated. Every Thursday, it's buying VXUS, Schwab, right, QQQ, right? All these stocks I just showed you guys. It's completely automated. I don't have to do it myself. I just let it do its thing. Now, just like with anything else, there's different strategies. What I showed you guys was the most common, basically just buying and holding a basket of stocks long term, which is, in my opinion, the best if you have other stuff going on. You own a business, you work a good job, right? You're not trying to consistently look and manage your portfolio. Now you could also get into just buying, straight up individual stocks, higher risk, higher reward. And I'm showing you guys an example, and that's going to be Apple, right? If you put 1,000 into the S&P and 2,000, right, it'd be 7,500 today. But if you put it into Apple, it's sitting at 450K. Now this just shows you the power of investing, right? Obviously that would require more due diligence. You're taking on more risk. You got to really know what you're putting your money into, and it's also still a good idea to diversify a little bit, even if you're going into individual stocks, maybe owning 10 individual stocks, right, instead of just going all in on one. Now, in my opinion, investing is basically a cheat code, right? You don't have to do anything. I don't have to go into the business, work. I don't got to do anything. I just invest and let them do their thing. And if they do it right, well, I get to make a lot of money. All right, now let's get into some mistakes you should avoid, right? Most important one is don't try to time the market, right? Like I told you guys, the best way is just a dollar cost average, add in consistently. It's the best way, right? Instead of just trying to buy and sell every pump, every dump, right? Stocks are not going to move in one direction, right? Up, down, up, down. Now, going back to what I kind of just pointed out, do not panic, right? Every time the market dumps, a lot of my friends text me. They're like, yo, bro, are you going to sell? And I'm like, what are they talking about, right? I'm in for the long term, right? 5, 10, 20 years, right? I'm not fucking selling. All right, and now I'm about to give you guys a cheat code. This is what I live on. This is what I do. Before I do that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like up the video. And that is buy fear, sell greed. Now, what you guys are seeing right here is the fear and greed index. It basically just shows what's driving the market currently. Is it fear or is it greed? I'm going to keep it real simple. If you ever see this drop into extreme fear, that's the best time to buy. That means everyone is panicking, everyone is selling, everything's at a discount. Get in. Now, if we hit extreme greed, I'll usually chill out on buying, right? I'm gonna just chill out for a bit, wait for things to settle down, maybe a pullback before I go back into buying. All right, that's the end of the video. Hopefully it helped you get started. You can see in the last year my portfolio has went up 80 grand, which is pretty fucking good.